second row, 8th round, which I think is the last round of the second row. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. All right, so last 2 songs you gotta listen to.
Yes. So Mogu Mogu Yami.
Yeah, man, this is such a classic. Remember when I said earlier how like Red Heart and Hachima was one of the first songs like really pop off in Hololive as an original? This was another song during
Another
that like
peak.
early era. This was one of the other songs that like was around that era where Hololive music was popping off, like the first few batches of songs. And it's been a while since I've heard this song. After hearing it after all these years, it's like it's still pretty amazing what Okayu did. It's not like her voice. The crazy thing is, it's not like her voice is the most amazing thing you've ever heard in terms of like vocal talent. But what she did with her voice, her like kind of nonchalant, quiet voice, with the song that's so peppy and hype, is like really crazy. Like the contrast, like opposite to track kind of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? So I like the instrumental, like you said, like earlier, like a chiptune pixel style.
Yeah.
The chorus, like the rhythm, like the drums, it's a little bit different compared to what you'd hear in like a Japanese pop. Like it doesn't like have a kick drum on all 4 beats. Like it'll only have a kick drum on 2, and it'll take a break and then 2 again. I think that's a little bit different for a chorus, especially during this time.
You're like fully paying attention to this song. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so like you know how like in every EDM pop song,
Yeah.
the bass is always like 1, 2, 3, 4, like on all beats.
Yeah.
On this one, it's only 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then
for
1,
real?
2.
Wait, let me
if you
let me
play it
listen.
back-
Let me listen to that. When it start, right here.
Right here. It's not 1, 2. Then it kind of skips between like 1, boom, 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 and then it like skips again, and then it goes boom, boom, and like that's different. Like the rhythm and drums, it's like that's different compared to like a normal like Japanese pop song. I really respect it for that, especially during this era where they're really kind of finding their footing with these original songs. Other than that, it's a simple, fun song. It's about eating food and stuff. Okayu did great, and I think throughout the years her voice got better.
A lot better. A lot better.
Yeah, like way better.
Yeah. Especially like Okayu singing covers. Although most of like the covers that Okayu did and also the original song, the voice are kind of effortless. Like it's not really powerful.
Nonchalant.
But for this one particularly, I also wish that it can be a little bit more powerful. But this octave is actually still pretty decent. I like it.
Especially for her, right? Like her singing
voice,
high.
Her voice is just generally kind of deep.
She has a deep voice. Yeah, and it's not like super deep, but it's deep, right?
Yeah, it's not like Towa
like
kind of deep.
Oh yeah, Towa can get deep, right?
Yeah, Okayu is like on the middle.
Yeah, she's like middle deep. But especially during this time where this is like one of the first songs she like sang other than karaoke and like maybe a cover at the time. So this is like young. This is like rookie year, first year, second year in the league. Okayu.
Is this the first like original song that she put out?
Yeah, this is.
With 12 million for the first song? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, time for the next song. Special Survival Wanderer. I still can't say the name right. Alright, Special.
It's been a while since I've heard that one. By Kanata.
It's an old song. 1 year ago.
Yeah. It's been about a year. Kanata has one of the like best vocals like ever in Hololive. Some of the songs she sings doesn't really showcase that. She has a crazy range. She can sing low and high. She can sing like without breathing. Kind of like in this one, you can't even tell if she took a breath or not. It's so fast. There's so much happening in this song, and she keeps up with all of it. Like it's insane. Like that's a skill she has. Like she could keep up with any tempo without barely breathing. But in terms of like vocal performance, she can do like way more than this. The song in itself, the instrumentals, I think it's cool. It's great. The drums are really active. There's a lot going on. The piano is really cool. Kind of like scaling up. It kind of has this scale melody during the chorus and ending. It's just this song is like this song. There's a lot happening in this song. It's really fast. If you blink and this song's over, so it's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
right. There's a lot going on. It's a lot to take in. I think it's a good song, but she's done better stuff. I think Kanata has an amazing vocal voice. This song doesn't really showcase it that well, but mixing wise, I think it's fine. I didn't really see any issues personally. The guitar was cool and stuff. I like the music in the background. Nothing too. The only thing that's like really stood out to me was the tempo and how everyone was keeping up with it. And it's an active song. I think that's cool. Other than that, it's okay. It's an okay song.
Personally, I like both of them, but
yeah,
it's like two totally different kind of vibe that gives out. Mogo Mogo Yummy is like kind of chill. It's like really peppy. The Kanata song is like chaotic and also really
super
fast.
active and crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mogu Mogu on this one because it's a little bit easier to listen to. It's easier to take in. And it's like it's a huge respect for like Akayu kind of coming out of her shell, like that era. Like when she did this song, she didn't really look back anymore. So like if you know the history behind it, so there's a lot of respect for that. Yeah, it's not like Kanata's song was bad or anything. I liked it. You know, it's just a lot to take in, and she's saying like she's got Risu level, like Suisei Toa levels of vocal like talent. And I feel like this song just doesn't showcase that entirely. So I think Mogu Mogu wins this.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Mogu Mogu Yummy is just a classic, so I have to go with Mogu Mogu Yummy. All right, so we agree with voters. Now, the second row has finished. Now it's time for the third row. But right here, by the age of 14, the only manga I ever finished was To Love You. I love myself. Nah. All right.
Based.
Based. All right. Okay. Let's talk about this. Because we have listened to every single song in the third row because it's just a replicate of the second row. So we're not going to listen to the songs and we're just going to talk about it and which one do you think you prefer. Third row, first round with Mogu Mogu Yummy and Ne 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 8 Ne Daibokso.
Yeah, this is just I have to go with Mogu Mogu on this because it's kind of the same situation as the last one, right? One super active and like kind of a lot going on, and then they've got that one part of the chorus where she just says Ne 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 a lot, and then she does it again, and then she does it again, and then the song ends. And even though like Mogu Mogu kind of does the same thing, she only does it like she does it like for like a second, like twice, and the rest of the song there's a lot more going on. Even though it's like she's got that nonchalant, like effortless sounding voice compared to Nene's super effort, like she puts a lot of energy in her stuff. Like I said, I think Mogu Mogu is just easier to like take in, so. I think that one wins.
Yeah, Mogu Mogu Yummy production is better than Daibokso because it's more clean. While Daibokso is kind of like the sound, the volume of different sound is like all over the place. Didn't really sound like blended well. And also the vocals. Okayu's vocals on that song particularly is much better than Daibokso Nene's vocals on that song. So for me, I will have to go with Mogu Mogu Yummy as well. I mean, Daibokso is already not my favorite song at all. Yeah, Mogu Mogu Yummy.
Yeah, I could tell. All right, yeah, no problem.
All right, so we both agree with voters. All right, next one is third row, second round. Love Me, and Capsule.
Okay.
This one is actually hard.
I remember like. Yeah, no, this one takes a lot of thinking. They both do something different. Like, it's kind of hard to compare these two and, like, pick a winner. To me, they're both winners. But, like we said earlier, it all comes down to production and the vocal performance. Like, we can respect, like, what these songs did. But how was it executed? I think Capsule was executed a little bit better with their back-to-back vocals, switching on and off, a slight beat change. The mixing was good. Except that one like can spray shaking thing.
Yeah.
That's like it's like barely noticeable, but noticeable enough. Love Me compared to the vocals of Capsule kind of falls short. Like it's really just Volia singing. And if she could have gone a little bit harder with the vocals, but other than that, like this song's still good. But Capsule just executes and does things more. So
yeah, I
Capsule
agree. Love Me. In terms of the vocal mixing, like only on the drop, it was not that well mixed because it was kind of like the vocal and the instrumental didn't blend well. And also, I feel like in Capsule, Suise's and Callie's vocals is a lot more impressive when it comparing with Rene's. So yeah, I would choose Capsule. So we both agree with voters again, right?
Y'all next smart.
Next one is third row, third round with Nonfiction and Alice&U.
This is also another hard one because Nonfiction's production is better than Alice&U's. Right? But Alice&U's vocals are insane. And like it's kind of hard for Alice&U to go up against 5 singers, but they're still good singers in Myth, but they're not putting on the same performance as Alice&U. And this is another song like you said earlier about Alice&U, you don't really to that song, you don't really play it often.
I used to play it a lot when I first know the song, but right now it's just like I kind of skip it whenever I heard the intro.
Yeah, I get it. And like Nonfiction's kind of the same thing because Nonfiction, you really got to sit down and appreciate it because there's a bunch of good writing in it. You can't just like play it in the background, right? So they both have that like syndrome. Me personally, I gotta go with Alice&U because of how much Risu saves this song with her vocal performance, and it's more than just like the same, formula. She's got different key changes that fit high vocals, effortless singing, her high pitched notes and stuff, a strong, powerful voice, getting past the language barrier at the same time, even struggling with words. She does a good job. And Nonfiction's writing in itself would solo Alice&U if Risu didn't sing like her life depended on it in this song. So I gotta go with Alice&U.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with most of your statements. The only one thing that I don't agree is that for me personally, I would go for Nonfiction.
Okay.
Because I feel
I expect that.
Yeah, the production is like Nonfiction is like way better than Alice&U. Alice&U is like only the vocals really stand out, and also the lyrics, like a little bit of Easter eggs here and there. But Nonfiction is like so much better to listen to. Like same thing with O Asmara. It's like Nonfiction is good for repeat. Alice&U is good for first time listening. First time listening to like Nonfiction, I was like, okay, it's just like a normal song. But the more I listen to it, the more I like the song. While Alice&U is like, the first time listening to it, I was like, I was crazy about the song. But after listening to like a couple of times, I just kind of like, this song is not like a good song. It's just like shocking. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think just the mechanics behind Alice&U vocally is it's enough to carry it, like to like kind of beat out other stuff, not everything. I think that's why I have so much respect for it, because even though the production's weak, people still like the song so much solely alone because of the vocals. While Nonfiction technically blows this song out of the water because it has good writing, production, and vocals, but their vocals aren't as like insane as Risu's. So I think it really, for a lot of people, it really comes down to that, is the singing. And I think people are gonna pick Alice&U over Nonfiction for that, even though on paper Nonfiction is kind of the better song. So, but I gotta pick Alice&U.
Yeah, in terms of the vocal, Alice&U is definitely way better than Nonfiction. But everything else, I feel like Nonfiction is like a better song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I So we both have different answers. I will be disagreeing, but DLon will agree. Next one. Third row, fourth round with Next Color Planet and Howling.
Yeah. Next Color Planet wins this one. It's not like Howling's bad or anything. It's just Next Color Planet's just it does more. You get more out of it. Howling's really predictable. You've heard it in other places. Good vocal performance, but Next Color Planet, I'm not sure if I remember the production was like pretty solid on this one, right?
The production is.
Did it have any issues?
The production is good. It's like definitely better than Howling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And also,
so yeah, I gotta go with Suisse.
Yeah, the one thing that I like the most about Next Color Planet is the vocal melody. It's really catchy. It's really catchy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's catchy.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we both agree with Next Color Planet. So we both agree with voters, right? So now we entered the fourth row. Alice&U versus Next Color Planet.
Oh man. Yeah, this is just another thing where Next Color Planet is you get way more out of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Compared to Alice&U. Like their vocals aren't better than Alice&U, but the song entirely, like Suisse's still good at singing, the vocals are great, the production's solid. The song's fun to listen to. I might have to pick a Next Color Planet over Alice&U.
I agree.
Yeah. I think Alice&U does get high on the bracket, but the vocals alone, it can't carry it to the top like entirely. Like this production is just better at this point.
Yeah.
And Alice&U will always be amazing. The vocals will always be insane.
Yeah.
But in terms of as in its song entirely, like it doesn't get away with that anymore. Like I gotta go with Next Color Planet.
Like a good vocals doesn't mean it's a good song. You know how You know how Playboy Playboy Cardi? Like they got the controversy between the song R.I.P. and At Meh at the time, like a few years ago. Like they always said something that is At Meh has a better beat than R.I.P. But R.I.P. is definitely a better song. I'ma go fuck that bitch. I'ma go dash that bitch. And I totally agree with that statement.
I kind of agree with that, yeah.
So same thing about this, except it's not the instrumental but the vocals. The vocals is better, but doesn't mean it's a better song.
Yeah, and I was kind of talking about that we were talking about All the Single Ladies Beyonce.
Yeah.
Where the instrumental is goofy as hell, but the vocals are like Beyonce's vocals are so good. It carried the song to be one of the best songs she's done, even though she's made better songs than Single Ladies. All the single ladies. Alice&U has that syndrome where the instrumental production are kind of weak, but the vocal talent is insane. People are going to start comparing entire songs next to vocals, and they're going to start picking the entire song next to just a vocal performance, even though that vocal performance will always be amazing.
All right, so we both agree with Next Color Planet being the winner for this round?
Yeah.
All right, so that we both disagree with voters. Fourth row, second round, Capsule and Mogu Mogu Yummy.
Oh, I got to go with Capsule on this one. Mogu Mogu, got a lot of respect for it. It does a lot of good things, but I think just Capsule does more. Like you got Callie and Suisse. Like I've already said enough about it and what it's done. Yeah, I think there's just way more production and talent on Capsule compared to Okayu's kind of first like real performance. So and it's crazy that like even compared to Capsule, it still got a lot of votes. Like the 40% is a lot compared to like what we've seen in the fourth row so far.
Let's do the calculation.
Still love this song.
Let's do the calculation. What is 40% of 211?
40% of 211. That's probably like.
Right.
I'm probably gonna be so wrong.
For you know what? I'm just pull up calculator. I'm an Asian, but I'm really bad at math.
I can't do it off the top of my head.
85, 84, 84, 85.
It's like probably like 70s, 80 something. Yeah, that's still a lot.
Yeah,
but it's not enough. But still, yeah, Capsule wins that.
In my opinion, oh shit. I like Capsule, but I do think Mogu Mogu Yami is like a better song. I don't know, like production wise, they're both good. Vocal wise, they're also both good. Like Capsule, even the vocal on Capsule is like even better than Mogu Mogu. But just the whole vibe, the whole feeling of the song, I feel like Capsule is a little bit too like anxious. But
Like
Mogu Mogu Yami,
intimidating.
yeah, Mogu Mogu Yami is like more of a fun song, so you can listen to it like wherever you go and whenever. Capsule, you need to find the right mood to listen to it. If you're angry or when you're sad, you cannot listen to Capsule. So in terms of like
Yeah.
the feeling of a song, Mogu Mogu Yami is like more versatile.
Okay. No, I can see that. It's more versatile. It's easier to like listen to compared to Capsule.
Yeah, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're happy, whenever, you can just listen to Mogu Mogu Yami.
Yeah, I know. Like feelings alone is like Mogu Mogu like clears Capsule on that, but I think for me, Capsule's got like a little bit more going on, like with the vocals and like the back and forth performance.
Yeah,
And the beat and the drop and all that. I think I like that a little bit more than Mogu Mogu. That's just me.
that's the hardest part for me, because in terms of like the song, the production, the lyrics writing, whatever, Capsule is better. But I would like to listen to Mogu Mogu Yami more. So that's the hard part. I don't know which one to choose. Because you chose Capsule, so I think I'm just going to agree with you. Because I'm in like a dilemma. I can't make my mind, so I just agree with your answer.
No problem. No problem.
We both agree with voters. Capsule will win this one for me. For us. Fourth row, third round. Who to bring back? Special Survival Wanderer or Oasmara? Special Survival Wanderer has more than 70% in the first row, so that's why I bring it back. But Oasmara is just because I like the song, so I bias bring it back.
I think you get a little bit more out of Oasmara. Although I like Special Survivor a lot, what's holding me back is the whole thing with Kanata's talent. Like she can do way more. Even with Kobo, like she could have done a little bit more with Oasmara, but with what she was given, she still did an amazing job on it. And like the production's a little bit better. It's easier to swallow. There's way more like instruments in the back. If it sounds like a movie soundtrack or like a play, and her vocals do really well mixed with that. And Special Survivor is really active. Even though it doesn't showcase Kanata the way I want it to, it still showcases her off pretty well with the ability to keep up with the song that fast and make it sound like she's not even breathing. And have like crazy like transitions with her vocals and stuff. Oasmara has like a story to tell, and it's like a play. It's like I'm sitting there at a stage and I'm listening to her sing. I like Oasmara a lot, so I think that one wins.
For me, I don't think I need to say much because I literally biasly bring back Oasmara, so you know my answer gotta be
I see. Yeah.
I just want Oasmara to win because I like that song a lot. So yeah, I'm happy to see that you won this one.
Yeah. No, I like it.
So what's your answer again? Oasmara too?
Yeah, I like that one.
Alright, so we both agree with voters on fourth row, third round. Now, last round of the fourth row. Why am I keep saying fourth? Fourth round of the fourth row. This one is a clone of second round, fifth row. Who to bring back? Here Comes Hope or Howling?
Here Comes Hope. I think that's the more obvious choice. Although there were some weaknesses with the song compared to Howling, it just does more. It's more out there.
Yeah.
I have respect for her trying something differently, even though it was not executed that well. It could have been better. On top of all that stuff, it was still pretty solid, and it sounds interesting. So I think Here Comes Hope wins that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we both already talked about these two songs in comparison just now. It's like literally in the second row. But yeah, I would also choose Here Comes Hope because Howling is just like we said, too predictable, and also the genre is like my favorite.
Everyone does it.
The production as well is not as good as Here Comes Hope. Here Comes Hope has a better has a more catchy melody, and also the vocal is really pleasant. Although the voice itself didn't really suit this kind of instrumental, but that's it. Everything else is really good. So Here Comes Hope will win for us, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we both agree with voters. Now, semi-final or semi-final, round 1, Capsule or Alice&U. I have my answer.
So, like I said earlier, you get way more out of Capsule, like, as a song entirely, right? And Alice&U has amazing vocals, and it's clear that like we're seeing this a little bit differently compared to other people. In my mind, I want Alice&U to win because her vocal performance is so amazing. I'm not sure if vocals, like I said earlier, if vocals alone can beat out a song that has good production and vocals. So I gotta go with Capsule.
Like same logic that I just said. Better vocals doesn't mean better song, and Capsule is definitely a better song for me. And it's Alice&U will not proceed for me, but a lot of people just still choose Alice&U. And well, look at Alice&U's vote, 77%.
I mean, I get it though.
79%.
Like, I understand why it's winning, right? We heard it earlier, and they're blown away by the vocal performance. Maybe they like the instrumental too, right? Like it's one of the best things Hololive has ever put out, especially from Risu. But we know, like we heard it earlier, that like the mechanics behind Alice&U, it doesn't beat out the mechanics behind Capsule.
Yeah.
Or songs that are better produced.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like the production, like the vocal mixing and also like the arrangement of the whole song. Capsule is just like way better. So yeah, we both choose Capsule.
Yeah.
All right, Capsule. So we both disagree with voters. Let's proceed to the semi-final round 2. O Asmara or Here Comes Hope. 2 totally different songs.
Yeah, one's like super dark, one's super fun. I gotta go. I think this is where Here Comes Hope loses, because now we're at a point where we have someone that executed the vocals perfectly versus someone that barely kind of hit that quota. Although they both do something different with the instrumentals, I think Oasmara was executed a little bit better compared to Here Comes Hope. Like there's just, I think Here Comes Hope has that like rock grunge sound, and it's got like the chorus, the verse, the chorus and the verse, and then the song is over or something like that. But Oasmara has like the intro, chorus, verse, bridge, key change.
Oasmara has key change?
I think it does, like near the end, I think.
Okay, maybe I should listen to that. Pay attention to that.
I don't know, it was something like that. Yeah, it's been a while, but I think Oasmara wins.
I agree. Oasmara just has a better feeling. Like when we're talking about a song, mostly just like the feeling of a song that gives the song the most flavor. But for Here Comes Hope, it's like, even though you want to be angry, but her voice didn't really showcase like the anger. So it was like, you're angry but not. So it's a weird direction when it compared to like Oasmara. And Oasmara know exactly what they want. They want to be smooth, they want to be happy, and they executed that perfectly.
Yeah, and with Here Comes Hope, like if a song sounds angry, I don't like, it doesn't make me feel like I have to be mad or angry. Usually songs like that sounds like Here Comes Hope, it hypes me up. Like it gets me energized, right? And she's barely like getting to that point in her vocals. Like she's singing it like an idol. If here's a good example of people who sing a rock song like how a rock song should sing. I know you're not familiar with Nishishanji, but there's a Mayday cover. It's called like a Mayday. It's so like my thing about Mayday is that they execute the vocals really well, but they could have turned it up. They could have turned up the voice volume to make it like way louder. and harder hitting.
And also,
but that's my
Also, the sound preference of the drums is also like really weak. Like they're using a rock drum, or maybe not a rock drum.
Oh,
it's like a high school rock drum to a metal song. So like,
yeah, it's not as hard hitting as it should be.
Yeah,
but I still respect them for like attempting to do it. Like the beat itself, it's a metal beat that he's playing, but the drums don't sound metal. Like I need that snare to be like louder ringing. It's too tight. It's too close. It needs to be more open. The bass drum's fine, but they gotta turn that up. It's gotta be more harder hitting, and they gotta turn the vocals up. But on top of that, comparing this to Here Comes Hope, that's where like she doesn't have to scream or anything. But you know, Ice got the pop punk voice, and the other guy's got the screamo, also pop punk.
Yeah, like the metal scream kind of. I really like that. That is what I really like about the cover. The metal scream is like really on point. Me myself can't do that, but I know how it sounds.
I'm not saying she has to be the grungiest voice ever, because I know that's not really her. Like you said, someone else could have sang that song, but make it a little bit darker. Put a little bit more darkness in Here Comes Hope. Osmara.
Alright. Yeah, we both agree with voters. Osmara will win, and here is the final round. Oh yeah, by the way,
Here Comes Hope.
Apparently, like, I got a message. For the people that is confused why Osmara didn't go to the final round, even though it won, the vote was another way around when the poll first got 100 votes. That means Here Comes Hope had higher votes. Like, before it got 100 votes, Here Comes Hope losing. Here, Osmara is losing.
Oh, okay.
And I asked, like,
it was winning.
Yeah, and I asked, like, currently Osmara has higher votes. Should we redo the final round, or should we keep the current final round contestant?
And they said keep.
Yeah. Also, if you wanna like have Osmara and Alice&U battling, there is already one right here.
Yeah, and Alice&U.
And Alice&U blew out the water. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to Here Comes Hope and Alice&U, I gotta pick Alice&U because, like, vocally, she destroys Iris. Even though the production could have been a little bit better in Here Comes Hope. It wasn't bad, but I think Alice&U's arrangement itself, like the melody and stuff, I think it carries over Here Comes Hope, and the vocal performance is just simply amazing. So I think Alice&U wins that for sure. And even if it was Osmara, I think I would have probably voted for Alice&U, because I think I did earlier anyway. I have to pick that one.
For me, two of these songs, Alice&U and Here Comes Hope, the thing that Here Comes Hope is better, Alice&U is like really bad.
Lacking.
Yeah. The thing that Alice&U is better, Here Comes Hope is like not too bad.
Weekend. Yeah.
So like Alice&U didn't really have a good production, but the vocal is like super good. Here Comes Hope, the production is quite good. I wouldn't say like the perfect one, but it's
good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's just like in terms of the vocal, it's just the voice. Everything else, Iris did really well. It's just the voice selection. They don't go with like the right person to sing it, and
she sings it like an idol, and she should have sang it like a rock star.
Yeah, but I still respect that Iris would go to record this song. So it's like, oh shit. 1 second, my dad is calling me. Right. Shit. What was I saying? The vocals.
You were saying Here Comes Hope's vocals could have been better, but we were still giving her props for even attempting doing Here Comes Hope.
So that is exactly what I think. Iris is good. It's just the voice selection. But Alice&U vocal is really good, but the production is kind of bad, in my opinion. Like, after listening to like a couple of times, I feel like the production really could be better. So
I agree with that. I don't think it's as that bad, but when you have such an amazing vocal performance on Alice&U, it should be better. That's what kind of slows Alice&U down. But if we're comparing the two, I gotta go with Alice&U, because I think clearly it leaves the vocals leave much more of an impression on people than Here Comes Hope does.
In terms of a song, I actually focus on the production more than the vocals. Probably because like I listen to more of like modern hip hop, which the vocals didn't really add anything to the whole song, but the production is like super out of the water. So in my personal opinion, I would go for the song that has a better production, which is Here Comes Hope. And Alice&U will...
Okay.
I would choose Here Comes Hope. Alice&U is good, but the production is kind of lacking.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, that's a valid point.
So the final round, even comes to like the final round, we have different answers. We have different preference. Okay, so you like Alice&U, and I like Here Comes Hope. So you'll be agreeing, I will not, and that will be the end of the video.
Okay, and that's it. That was fun. I usually when I do my music reviews on YouTube, I usually try to like dive in like we did today. But this has definitely helped really broaden my horizon with how songs should be reviewed. Now that we're comparing two different songs together. Yeah. So this was really helpful. It was really cool. It's a smart idea.
And also, I really want to have someone with me to talk about these songs is because I want to hear what other people think. Like, maybe you heard something that I didn't hear, or I haven't heard. So, like, if you can tell me, like, what you know while I don't, that would be a big help for me to, like, know what to focus on the song next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and, like, this should be, like, a yearly thing. Like, after a year of, like, Hololive music comes out, we can do, like, another bracket of, like, old and new stuff. And just compare the songs with new stuff that we could talk about. Because they drop music. Like, you know what we should do? Here's a good idea. We should compare covers.
That was exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, Hololive Song Bracket 3.0 is just the cover version.
So, like, the like mechanics behind that is, how does this person sing this song? How does the other person sing this exact song?
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, like who's better at singing this cover? Who's got the more ideas out of it, and who doesn't? Right? Because it's the exact same song, but we have two different ways of singing and style of singing. So I think that's a good idea. That's something we should do next, like comparing covers. All right. But we gotta like find out which covers, because there's so many of them. So we just probably gotta look at the most popular.
So after I really did like what you recommended me, do you still want to join me on the next video to talk about the covers?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, cool. So that will be the end of the video, and I hope you guys like it. If you do, please like and subscribe. I'm really bad at doing outros, so just bye.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot to tell them that music is subjective, so if you don't agree with what we said, don't take it too seriously.